Every fighter, every fight is career defining. There are no ifs or buts about it. Every time you step into the ring, it means something. And for four fighters here today, as we move into the Bantams, is going to be career defining as our Ultimate Boxing Series continues. Let's just remind our viewers how this came about and paano natin ginagawa ang series na to, Carlo.
With Jerry Peñalosa wanting to produce and help more Filipino boxers make it into the world stage, naghanap siya ng pinakamagagaling na bantamweights from all over the Philippines. Ended up choosing 10 and 8 of them already saw action in our preliminary rounds. 4 sa kanila umabante because of victories, and now those 4 fighters will battle it out to see who will engage in our grand finale. At ang main event nga niyan, Carlo Peñalosa.
Okay. Sa araw na ito, bantamweights naman ang tutuunan natin ng pansin as we zoom in on the 4 fighters that are scheduled today.
Iba-ibang storya, iba-ibang laban ang pinakita ng ating 4 na bantamweights. Leonard Sarcon, an outstanding talent, going up against Gary Tamayo and John Mark D. Hook, who settled for a draw in his last fight, will advance against Aljum Pelesio. Yan po ang ating 4 na bantamweights who will engage here today.
Yan po ay mga pangalang maari sa mga moments na ito hindi niyo pa masyadong kilala, pero as we proceed with UBS, they will become familiar names to all of you.
Welcome to the Ultimate Boxing Series. Kamaong Pinoy for your next bout. Our third quarterfinal match, we have from the blue corner, Leonard Sarcon.
We've got Sarcon entering, Carlo.
In terms of pure talent, Leonard Sarcon is arguably the best in this entire competition. Raw materials are definitely there. The question is if he can put it all together and secure a victory here today and advance to our finals of the bantamweight phase.
Sa Transpower pala, panalo na.
And fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Gary Tamayo.
This will be a very special walk-in for Gary Tamayo as he is doing it alongside his father. Finally reunited after his father spent 8 years in jail. They're family again, and it's a family affair for Tamayo as he fights off Leonard Sarcon.
We take a look at the differences between the similarities, the age the same, Carlo.
But 5'8" for a bantamweight, 67 inches of reach, that is definitely impressive for Leonard Sarcon. Tignan natin if he'll be able to use that size advantage to keep Gary Tamayo off of him.
Jerry Pence Promotions and ESPN5 bring you the Ultimate Boxing Series, Kamaong Pinoy. All professional boxing bouts are sanctioned by the Games and Amusements Board, led by Chairman Abraham Khalil Mitra and Commissioners Edward Trinidad and Mar Masangid. Officer in charge of boxing and other contact sports is Jackie Lu Cacho. Now for this bout, we have our judges, Greg Ortega, Elmo Coloma, Silvestre Abainza, and your referee in charge is Virgilio Garcia. And now for this quarterfinal bout, fighting out of the blue corner with a professional record of 5 wins, no losses, representing Davao Boxing from Davao City, Leonard Sarcon. And now fighting out of the red corner with their professional record of 3 wins, no losses, representing Alchemist Multimedia, fighting out of Kalumpit, Bulacan, please welcome Gary Tamayo. Now for the final reminders, we have referee Garcia.
Thank you. Sarcon, ka, Tamayo. Tamayo, 6 round laban nyo, ha? Alam niyo ng lahat ang pinagbabawal, ha? Dadagdag ko lang. Any foul, intentional, 2-point deduction or disqualification. Okay, good luck sa inyong dalawa.
Referee Garcia, the veteran, has just given his final instructions for our 2 fighters. We've got the colorful trunks of Leonard Sarcon. He iba, no? Iba yung dating. Eh, no?
Graffiti.
Oo, merong isang katerbang kulay na sumabog dyan sa trunks niya. Underway up against Gary Tamayo, who will be in gold and light blue.
We have two very interesting matchups in our bantamweight division sa ating Ultimate Boxing Series, Kamaong Pinoy. But in terms of just entertainment value, I think this is the match that fans have been waiting for. Leonard Sarcon versus Gary Tamayo.
Last time around, Sarcon scored a TKO. And boy, made short work of Ramon Rama. Alam mo, we have not had a convincing knockout so far in the tournament. Not that we need one. It's just that it comes in time. Alam mo, di ba? Knockout. Hindi naman, I will go into the fight, I will knock him out. Parang yung sinasabi ng magiging kalaban ni Pacquiao, no? Ang pangalan ng kalaban niya? Thurman?
Keith Thurman.
Keith, no?
Yes.
Bagay, hindi naman masama managinip eh.
Itong si Leonard Sarcon actually got a little lucky in his first fight, as it was an injury that caused Ramon Rama to be out of that matchup. He dislocated his right shoulder. Kaya naman, it proved to be an easy victory for Sarcon. But it wasn't like wala siyang ginawa dun sa laban na yun. He was performing well up until that stoppage.
Well, siya rin na nag-perpetuate ng injury na yun. Kung titingnan mo, di ba? Kanya pa rin ang panalo. In the meantime, both fighters measuring the distance that they have to go to. Iba pagka andyan na sa top ng ring, eh, di ba? You can spar all you want, but once you're there with the ring opponent assigned to you, iba na ang istorya. You still got to go through the paces of knowing the tendencies of each opponent that you face.
Leonard Sarcon did not have, an easy time making the 118-pound
really,
bantamweight limit. And we understand because he's the much taller fighter. At 5'8", pwede na halos pang lightweight, pang welterweight, yung mga ganyan kalalaking fighters.
So in a way, sinasabi mo, baka hindi siya magtagal sa bantamweight, because nature beginning to kick in,
And he's young, 19 years of age.
Madaling sunugin
Yes.
pa, di ba? But as any fighter knows, and when nature takes over, you can burn it all you want. It'll return.
Pero nung sinabihan siguro siya ni Jerry Peñalosa na 118 pounds, sabi niya, kakayanin ko.
Diyan ka muna.
Titiisin ko.
Diyan ka muna. Disiplina. Actually, yung ganun, Carlo, it's more the discipline eh. Hindi yung, oy! Oy! Ang linaw ng pagkakabitaw ni Tamayo nun. Naalog niya si Sarcon. And he's beginning to sense that he could go places here.
Inspired performance coming from Tamayo. Sarcon umiiling, trying to convince himself that he's not hurt.
And he suddenly became very, very defensive. Round just about ready to say adieu to all of us. Take that, said Gary Tamayo, who probably stole that round in the home stretch. May nangyari bago matapos yung round, Carlo.
Di magamit itong si Sarcon yung kanyang length advantage.
Yun,
Nasa lubog
oo.
siya. Yung counter coming in.
Tumiklop eh. Tumiklop yung tuhod eh. Kaya nagising yung crowd natin. Biglang sabi, pasok, pasok, pasok. Round 2. So, paano takbo ng round na yun? Kay Tamayo mo bibigay yung round na yun? Pwede,
Because he landed the cleanest punch of the round.
Oo. Patuloy niyo pinapanood po ang Ultimate Boxing series natin, brought to you by the Jerry Peñalosa Boxing Group, together with ESPN Pagaro, shooting on the break, and referee Garcia says, well, fair game, let's fight on, gentlemen.
Ngayon naman si Sarcon yung mainit yung pagsisimula sa round number 2.
Tinamaan eh, di ba? Sinabihan sa corner, uy, behind tayo.
Paano na susukatin yung distansya. That's a challenge for
Oo,
Sarcon.
actually, nagkakahatawan yung dalawang boksingero, hindi nagkakatamaan kasi gusto makatama, medyo heat is overtaking accuracy at this moment. Siyempre, mainit ang ulo mo eh. And Sarcon, napaakap si Tamayo, nasaktan. Stop! Referee Garcia restoring order in our fight.
And Sev, it's also a good challenge for both these fighters to go up against a fellow southpaw very early in their
Good
career.
point. That's a very good point because the challenges are good.
Oh!
Nakaganti yung Sarcon, ha? Ganti-ganti nito. Sarcon on the prowl here. Biglang naging defensive yung Tamayo naman.
Pero nakuha niya yung distansya. He's fighting from the outside now.
It should be a nice strategic fight, Carlo. Ha? Now na nagtatamaan pareho. Time down to a minute and 10. Merong tatamaan dito with the way this is going.
Saka si Sarcon, ingat na siya dun sa exchanges. He's being very defensive
Yeah.
when Tamayo closes the gap. Natuto na siya from the lesson that he learned in a painful way in the first round.
Yes, indeed. Less than a minute to go here in round number 2. Things beginning to even out. Oh, great combination from Tamayo.
Explosive 1-2 from Tamayo scoring. Oh, ho, ho, ho!
Ayun, pag tumama yun, baka may pinaglagan ng Tamayo. Ang ganda yung kaliwa ni Sarcon, yung pakataw niya. Yung overhand left niya.
Just an inch short.
Oo. Kapiraso.
And Tamayo was able to roll with the punch.
Maganda ka-counter rin Tamayo, but not without a response from Sarcon. 17 seconds remaining in an explosive, entertaining second round. Final seconds. Oh, brilliant exchange by both fighters. Actually, nakakasarapan yung dalawa. We're done.
Puro Leonard Sarcon yun. Makikita mo yung kung gaano kalayo yung estilo yung kalidad ng boxing ni Leonard Sarcon. Halos lahat ng suntok, especially yung kaliwa, yung left hook, sinalo lahat sa mukha. Dito si Gary Tamayo. What a round. Round 2, clearly. Napunta dito kay Leonard Sarcon. Husay. Konti na lang babagsak na
Heading into our third round.
How goes the scoring at this juncture, Carlo? What do you think?
Sarcon may have edged Tamayo out in that second round, so it
So,
puts us even
yeah.
at 1 round apiece.
With 4 rounds remaining, this one, the third, is already underway. In case you're just joining us, we've got Leonard Sarcon, who is on the left of your picture in the very colorful trunks. To the right, but now facing you is Gary Tamayo in the third round of this bantamweight battle. Oh, Sarcon! Tama yung sabi mo, Carlo. He's learned his lessons from the first round.
Landing that overhand left. Pero nababantayan pa rin naman ni Tamayo. He is able to roll with a punch. Yung ulo, but actually he's really turning that way to lessen the impact of the punch.
But so far, nagkakaiwasan naman yung dalawang fighters sa apak against each other. So far, good lateral movement by both fighters. A minute going by us here. Load up that time by Sarcon. Suddenly, he in the past round and this one getting a little more busy than he was in the first round.
How will you effectively get inside the defense? That is the challenge for Tamayo right now. He's being peppered by left hands.
Oo, nagising na yung Sarcon. Si Tamayo nag-umpisa ng aksyon actually in the first round. Naalog niya itong si Sarcon. Tumiklop ang tuhod nito eh. Ambahan ng dalawang boksingero. Big miss that time by Tamayo.
Di ka pwede sa ganong distansya because your opponent is longer than you, so he will see your punches coming in.
As early as yesterday, you know. A minute and 15 to go.
You see how he rolls his shoulders para pahirapan lalo yung angulo. That's actually a good idea coming from Tamayo to dig to the body instead of headhunting.
Kaso pag nakakasarapan ng headhunting, tendency mo pumunta sa taas instead sa baba eh. Lalo na pagka wala na investment, ROI na hinahanap mo eh. Human nature lang talaga.
Lalo na kapag naramdaman mo na nasaktan mo yung kalaban mo,
Good point.
it really elevates the tendency to headhunt in the matchup.
Which happened for Tamayo in the first round. But Sarcon with a good recovery in the second as this third round is coming down to its last 35 seconds. Tamayo sneaking in, a big hand there. But not without a reply from Sarcon. And a counter by Tamayo. Tinig na tinig mo dito sa likod. Grugi! Wala pa. Magpilbay pa itong dalawang boksingera. Final 10-second mark has just been sounded. Tamayo trying to snap that left hand in. We're done with 3.
Check out the action in the third round. Leonard Sarcon staying with what made him successful in the second round, using his size, his length to connect with crisp left hand specifically against Tamayo.
I'm sorry, it's going to be a very strategic fight at this juncture because we now have 2 fighters that seem to be mirror images of each other. Length, skill, working hand. So this should be an interesting fight in terms of its being judged and the way it will proceed from this point on here in round 4 and onwards.
How will Tamayo change it up? Yun ang tanong na nasa harap niya ngayon because we scored the last 2 rounds for Sarcon. We think he landed the crisper punches.
Medyo maganda na yung basic tactics ng Sarcon. Napofrustrate niya ng konti si Tamayo.
Maganda yung kombinasyon niya ng ng foot and upper body movement.
Yun o, si Sarcon. Wala na pakailam sa bodega itong dalawang to. Sa taas ng punta nilang dalawa. And I don't blame them.
But in boxing, if you're going up against a taller opponent, it's always a great idea to try and attack the torso.
Yan, torso, kidney area, yung baba, pampatanggal ng hangin yan eh.
At lalo na, nahirapan nga kumuha ng timbang itong si Sarcon.
Baka hindi alam ng kabila yun. Pwede yan. O alam nila.
I think they were also there the
They
weigh-in. So
probably know about it also. Did he have to perspire, run around, and
he weighed in at 119 in his first try. Weighed in again after 30, 40 minutes. And finally, umabot naman siya dun sa bantamweight limit ng 118 pounds.
pagka tumatanda ka yan, 1 pound na yan, nako, Diyos ko. Kahit na sabihin mo ano pang training ginawa mo. Kung minsan mayabang ang boxer eh, no? Kaya kong sunugin yan. Merong magaling ang metabolism, mabibilis. Pero meron ding ayaw, even Manny Pacquiao had to come to terms with the fact that nature will have its final say in the matter of maintaining weight. In the meantime, Tamayo trying to pin Sarcon on the ropes. Unsuccessful effort as we come down below the last minute of this fourth round rather.
Good idea for Tamayo para malimitahan yung galaw nitong si Leonard Sarcon. But if you get him there, if you pin him against the ropes, paano ka naman pupuntos? Because bringing him there is not scoring. You need to still connect with punches.
Kaya nga sabi ko nung second round strategy will come in eh. Kasi excited yung Tamayo kasi tinamaan niya ng first round eh. But now, medyo reality check, okay? You have to adjust kasi yung Sarcon nagising eh.
For the first time in his entire life, his father watching him perform on top of the ring. He wants to put in a show, but he also needs to remember that he needs to win this fight first.
Correct. To advance, you know? This is a semi-final battle actually, huh? Done with 4.
Same pace, same aggression yung pinakita ni Sarcon no round 4 na yon. Halos walang kaibahan no round 3. Bagyang nagpahinga lang siya nung first part ng round 4. Pero yung style, yung connections, yung efficiency ng mga suntok niya, lalo yung kaliwa, hindi pa rin masolve nung kanyang kalaban yung kaliwa niya. And isa pang napansin ko, yung suntok dito ni Gary Tamayo, medyo mabagal, predictable. Nakikita dito ni Leonard kung saan nanggagaling.
Natin ganyan, no? Di ba? Sikat tayo yan. Nagtataka lang ang tao sa EDSA. Sino ba yung mga kamote niya?
Bakit sila nandyan?
Alright, Kev, ikaw ang ating resident expert today. How is this fight going sa scorecard mo? Anong official is it?
That is a very tough fourth round to score.
Oo, no?
Hindi rin nakalanding ng malinis itong si Leonard Sarcon. So we sided with the aggressor, which was Gary Tamayo. in round 4, which will only mean that in our unofficial scorecards, it's currently deadlocked at 2 rounds apiece.
That should make this, the 5th and the last round, extremely interesting. Tamayo, I like his aggressiveness. He may not hit the target all the time, but look at him. He's changing my comment even as I unfurl it. He's attacking seriously and hitting the mark quite well.
And now, hindi ulo lang yung hinahanap na suntok nitong si Gary Tamayo. He's landing punches on the shoulders, dun sa tagiliran nitong si Leonard Zarcon.
But suddenly Sarcon has become defensive, Carlo. Tumiklop yung arms sa harapan. Tamayo goes to the body, a bit low on that shot, and referee Garcia will step in.
Pinalitan ni Gary Tamayo yung kwento nitong laban na to. Kanina, he was allowing Leonard Zarcon to
have his
snipe
way.
from the outside. But now, he's cutting off the distance between the two fighters rather effectively.
Kaya sabi sa'yo, strategy will determine dito. Hindi ito guts and glory lang. Alam mo naman ang boxing requires thinking so much.
So nakapag-adjust na si Gary Tamayo. Ano naman yung gagawin ni Zarcon to turn this fight back to his favor? Gary Tamayo landing more punches here in the 5th round as well.
And 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining, and this is the 5th, the penultimate round. Just a schedule of 6 rounds for each of our fights. That's our format. 50 seconds to go. Go ahead, please.
Leonard Zarcon trying to step away, trying to get distance. Pero hindi siya makahinga, no? Hindi niya mabitawan yung mga suntok na malilinis na napapalanding niya kanina because of the aggression of Tamayo.
It's been messed up right now. Kasi yung target na he lands something serious there with that left hand. He misses though on the subsequent try. And wisely, Tamayo embraces, holds on.
And now, with Leonard Zarcon frustrated na hindi na siya makalanding, he will take chances and that might just open him up for counters coming from Tamayo.
As this round comes to its conclusion, 15 seconds before we hear the bell. We're almost done here. And we are. Taking in action from number 5. Taking in some festive delights. And Tamayo trying to initiate the action. We had Zarcon trying to retaliate, but Tamayo seemed to be in control.
First time to see his son on top of the ring. Surely a proud moment for the entire Tamayo family.
Sabi siguro ng Zarcon family, gaganti kami. Round 6. Ito, anybody's fight ito dito, ha?
7-hour unofficial scorecards. We have Gary Tamayo up by around 3-2. But you know what? Zarcon is going for broke here in round 6.
Marunong gaganti. Ingat sa ulo, sabi ni Referee Garcia. Maganda yung Tamayo, matapang. Maganda yung kanyang, yung skills very raw pa, no? Pero yung tapang nandun, yung tapang hindi mo may tuturo yan, eh.
Also a thinking fighter able to adjust to the unique challenge that is Leonard Zarcon, taller than him, longer than him.
Tsaka, pareho sila ng style. Hirap kalaban yung gano'n. Yung gagawin mo, gagayahin ka.
Pareho pa kayong southpaw.
Pareho pa gupit niyo.
Good uppercut landed there by Gary Tamayo.
And fighting on progress now. Both fighters exchanging close range shots. Minute and 36 remaining. This crowd is enjoying this, Carlo, huh? The one behind us and the others around us.
Definitely so nervous, but still excited.
Oh, big miss that time by Zarcon.
Nawalan siya ng balance because right when he was trying to swing for a big one, he was popped with a jab.
1:04 to go. Gary Tamayo being egged on by this crowd, especially the ones behind us. I understand it's his sister who's behind us here. And she's yelling at the top of her lungs.
High quality matchup we're witnessing between these two six-rounders. You know, whatever the result of this fight may be, we're seeing bright futures ahead for these two.
Wala nang boses yung nasa likod natin. Half a minute remaining. Pero ito, pagod niya yung Tamayo pokes in a left hand. And counters with a combination. Tamayo trying to get away with what he wants to do. Counters cleanly.
They need to go for broke in the final seconds of this match.
Final 10 seconds has just been sounded.
Leonard Sarcon perhaps feeling that he's up in the scorecards.
Maybe.
Decided to evade in the final 10 seconds.
Didn't want to mix it up anymore at that point. Didn't take any more chances. Should be interesting how the judges size up this semifinal match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Greg Ortega has it 58-56. Sarcon. Elmo Coloma has it 59-55. Tamayo. And Judge Silvestre Abainza has it 58-56 for your winner. And our first finalist, we have Leonard Sarcon!
And it's Sarcon who emerges victorious in this very, very close fight, Carlo.
And we said earlier that the scores will be all over the place in this one. A wide 59-55 for Tamayo, but then two judges with 56 to 58 scorecards in favor of Leonard Sarcon, who is now with Mark Zambrano.
Leonard, unang-una, congratulations. Pasok ka na sa ating finals. Ang gusto nating malaman, yung bang left hook na yan, paano mo pinaghandaan, paano mo pinaganda yung left hook na yan na buong laban talaga yun ang nagpahirap kay Gary?
Actually, hindi ko po pinag-aralan yung hook. Dito ko na lang po pinag-aralan sa laban eh. Wala talaga kaming plano sa training yung hook. Kasi ang plano namin pag jumab siya, kaka-counter ako ng straight. Wala talaga sa plano namin yung hook. Pero dito sa laban, nakita ko parang papasok yung hook ko kasi nakababa yung yung isa niyang kamay. Kaya yun yung ginawa ko. Epektibo naman.
Nung first and second round, nakita natin, nasaktan mo si Gary. Nagulat ka ba na hindi bumagsak?
Hindi ako nagulat. Siyempre, yung kalaban ko nag-training, malakas din yun. Tsaka hindi ko talaga minamalit si Tamayo, napakalakas. Totoo. Props ako kay Tamayo, ang galing mo, pre.
Kanino mo inaalay itong laban na to, yung panalo mo?
First of all, alay ko talaga to para sa Diyos. Kasi siya nagbigay sa akin ng panalo na naman. Thank you, Lord. Pangalawa, sa pamilya ko. Pangatlo, para sa bansa. Yun lang po.
Congratulations, Leonard Sarcon. Palakpakan po natin si Leonard.
Nakuha mo yun, Mark Zambrano. Very enthusiastic winner here, Carlo.
Leonard Sarcon doing just enough to edge out Gary Tamayo in a highly entertaining battle between these two talented bantamweights.
So close. Konti lang ang diferensya ng dalawa. Kaya sabi ko sa'yo, feeling ko split eh. Hindi, it could have gone either way. And we are going one way here. We'll take a short break. But when we return, we'll have more great boxing from UBS.
Jerry Pence Promotions and ESPN5 bring you the Ultimate Boxing Series, Kamaong Pinoy. All professional boxing bouts are sanctioned by the Games and Amusements Board, led by their chairman, Abraham Khalil Mitra. They've got commissioners Edward Trinidad and Mar Masangid. Officer in charge of boxing and other contact sports is Jackie Lou Cacho. Now for this semifinal bout, we have our judges, Greg Ortega, Elmo Coloma and Virgilio Garcia. And your referee in the ring, we've got Silvestre Abainza. Let's now meet our semifinalists fighting out of the blue corner with a professional record of 2 wins, no losses, and 2 draws. Representing Peñalosa Boxing, fighting out of Sipalay, Negros Occidental, we have John Mark T-Hook. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner with a professional record of 8 wins, no losses, fighting out of Luis Marti Elorde Boxing from Parañaque, we have Aljum Pelesio.
And as we take a look at the tail of the tape, both 20 years old. Isa halin sa Negros Occidental, samantala ang isa Misamis Oriental.
But you can see na yung record, panig na panig yung experience dito kay Aljum Melesio. Let's see if he can use that advantage to the hilt
Sige.
against Tiho.
Touch love, balik sa corner.
Mga apo, walang matigas ang ulo sa inyong dalawa. Sumunod ka. Diba napaka-grandfatherly ng dating nitong nakakatawang Vera Baiza. Father ng kanyang admonition doon sa dalawa. Pag hindi kayo sumunod, pauuwiin ko kayo dalawa. Ito, Carlo, napaka-importanting laban. Ang winner dito, lalaban doon sa isang winner natin, si Leonard Sarcon para sa bantamweight. Hindi naman title, kundi parang championship na rin natin dito.
You can call him the UBS champion
Yun,
pag siya yung
yun.
nanalo
Yun.
ng ating grand finals. Leonard Sarcon, as you said, already waiting for a dance partner. Will it be Aljum or will it be John Mark? Yan ang tanong.
Gary Tamayo had his chances, but judges saw it in a different fashion. But let's get our eyes on this one. Representing the Luis Marti Elorde boxing stable is the guy in the dark trunks who is on the left side of your screen. Ganda naman ng trunks ni Tiho. Ano, hindi ko mahuli yung kulay kung saan pupunta.
Blue, may black, may pula.
May halo no? Iba-iba.
You know what? When you have the Peñalosa name or the Elorde name
Ay,
printed
no.
on your trunks, napakalaking responsibilidad yan because you're carrying rich boxing tradition.
Sobra.
You are representing boxing royalties here in the Philippines.
Can you imagine in the future when you have Pacquiao across your name, across your trunks, or whatever adornment you're wearing? Boy, that was a future spine. We have some great names that you have to follow. But the path has been cleared, lalo na by Jerry Peñalosa, who I understand from his wife Goody, nakausap ko, is in abroad right now para doon sa fight na sinasabi mo. No? Si Dave Peñalosa yata yung lalaban.
We'll be seeing action, that is correct.
Tinanong ko kay Goody kung uuwi muna si Jerry Peñalosa. Oo, sabi ko, pinauwi mo na. Natawa na lang siya. Goody considers me her lucky charm for Jerry. I have never covered a loss by Jerry. Not a single one. Kaya so, lagi niya akong kinakantsawan ng lucky charm. Siyempre, biruan lang namin yun. Ano? Siya naman ang nag-perpetuate yun.
Sukatan pa dito in the first round, but it is Aljum who is trying to cut off the distance, trying to engage, trying to attack. Not yet successfully.
Yung bantamweight Carlo, nahalata ko, ang tagal mag-umpisa, no? Nagsusukatan kasi mas malaki sila no? Nagtatantsahan talaga
At alam din nila na mas may lakas na sa bantamweight division, so one punch can drastically change the feel of an entire fight.
Hindi gaya ng flyweight, pwedeng, hindi mo indahin yung suntok no? Ito, gandang counter ng Tihok, Yun, magandang pangalan yung Tihok, no? Parang paninindigan mo yung pangalan na yun. Good
big
counter
right.
by Pelesio. Ito yung Pelesio, maganda gagalaw actually. Actually, maganda. Ito mo yung stance, Ito mo yung mata. Oh. Tsaka marunong mag-wasila. Oops, sandali, sabi ni Vera Baisa. Mamaya na uli, mga pogi. Pahinga muna kayo. Let's take an action from the opening round.
Orthodox fighter versus southpaw, and the most important punch now for Aljum Pelesio is a straight right hand, which he will land perfectly right there.
Tsaka kita mo yung siwas ng puto Iba no? Iba yung aggressiveness ng Pelesio. So, kailangan rumisponde yung Tihok, That's Goody Peñalosa, the lovely wife of Jerry. Jerry, ang gusto ko kay Jerry, yung reinvention niya nung matapos na yung boxing career niya. Bibusiness ako, tatayo ako ng mga gym, popromote ako, handa ako na yung next generation of fighters. Not necessarily Peñalosa. So.
Pero tutulong pa rin
Oo.
sa Philippine boxing. That is the mandate for Jerry Peñalosa.
Ang ganda nung career move niya. Yung business mind niya is also at work, ano ha?
At pinaliwanag niya rin sa atin kung bakit. He said, boxing gave me so much. Ang dami kong nakuha sa boxing para sa akin, para sa pamilya ko. And now, this is his way of giving back to the
And to
sport.
the Peñalosa family, if you think about it, all of them so actively involved. Alam mo nung fight namin sa Korea, yung Peñalosa, nahilo yung nag-check-in sa airport, isang katebang Peñalosa. Nasa Seoul, Korea kami noon at that time. In the meantime, I like Palacio so far, but the Hook is not afraid of Palacio. Yung nakikita mo nagtitrain ito, sabay-sabay nagtitrain ito, pero iba pagkatapat mo na sa ring, eh.
Siyempre, nagkakasukatan din doon. Nagkakaangasan ng ating mga boksingero.
Mukhang anime fighter itong si ano, no? Si Palacio, eh. Gusto na talaga sa boksingero, pataasan ang buhok, ano?
Di na nga blonde, nagpalit na ng hairstyle si Aljum. Left straight coming from John Mark T-Hook.
Yung T-Hook, gandang counter-puncher, ano? Ma-tempo, eh. Tingnan mo. Pumalabit. Sabay iwas, eh. Ayun! And then 1-2 is on target. Coming down to 150. Go ahead, Kurt.
Sinalubong ng right jab when Palacio was coming in. That is why he was caught off balance.
Naabutan ni T-Hook na susukatan niya. Sige, pasok ka ulit. Ayun, no? Suntok, sabay roll. Suntok, roll. Yan ang ginagawa ni T-Hook. Roll ulit, pero naabutan siya. Binalik ni Vera Baeza ang dalawang boksingero sa pagkain. That's a place where we all start. And he doesn't like that holding going in. Gentlemen, we start anew.
Nababasa na ni T-Hook kung paano umaatake itong si Aljum. He's going to the double jab before landing his right.
Kailangan mag-iba naman yung Palacio ng approach, ano? Kasi huli na yan, eh. It's the thinking boxer. And that you say about Jerry Peñalosa. Jerry was rarely tagged in the same way in two successive punches, you know? Galing niya umiwas, eh.
Inaaral yan from the start, learning after your every attack.
That connects to T-Hook. Tama ka, yung name na Peñalosa. Think about it. That's a lot of history there. And we have a lot more boxing coming your way after this. At ito, ano ba round na tayo?
Round number 3 coming up.
Number 3. Anong basa mo? Parang very close, ah.
Very difficult to score in the first
Actually,
2
no?
rounds.
Hindi decisive yung edge ng either fighter, eh, no? Oh, ito yung T-Hook, eh. Kumakalabit-kalabit, ha? Oh, pumasok naman yung Palacio. Yung Palacio kasi brawler, eh.
Yeah.
Gusto niyang pumasok at makipagpalitan ng mukha dito kay T-Hook, eh.
Southpaw versus Orthodox. It's very important to win the footwork battle.
Now it's a wrestling match. As both fighters going up on that side of the ring into the ropes.
Mag-e-ekis talaga eh.
Nagkakaspohan.
What Aljum is doing right now, pinapasok niya yung paa niya sa depensa nitong si John Mark T-Hook.
Right in between the legs.
Yep, because that gives you a straight shot para pa-landingin yung kanyang kanang kamay na malakas.
That's why he's forcing the issue if you think about it. Pasok. On the other hand, T-Hook trying to endlessly. Bahala na kung magkatamaan sa ulo.
Alam niya eh, that is his money punch, the right straight.
A minute and 50 remaining. Kaya susuntok pagkatapos ng break sa referee Baeza. Kasabayan ng dalawang boksingero, and this has been the trend here in this third round. Both fighters throw punches and they clinch.
The adjustment now is upon John Mark T-Hook because you know what's coming to you. Paabante ng paabante. It's explosive, but at least you know na yun yung papunta.
Yung Tihok, ang maganda yung left, yung jab niya, ha? Yung jab niya, malupit. Mahaba siya, siya mas mahaba.
Right straight also landing for John Mark Tihok. Inuunahan niya na ngayon eh. He's not allowing itong si Aljum to counter. Pag nararamdaman niya na papasok na, he pops him with that left straight.
Vera Brace, third man of the week, is very busy here with almost a clinch at every turn.
And that will happen because Pelesio keeps moving forward.
Because it favors him to stay inside.
That's correct. And that just means that John Mark Tihok needs to know how to step to the side like that para iwasan yung mga clinch. Iwasan na rin yung lakas.
Kasi kasi hinuhugod yung lakas niya yung pagkiklinch na yun.
A good weapon for Tihok right now is that lead straight. And if you combine it with a step to the side right after, hindi ka nang talaga tatamaan itong si Aljum Pelesio.
Malalo na tira ni Pelesio. Naalog ng konti si Tihok. And we're done with 3 rounds. Diba? Ito, tingnan natin yung action na Carlo Mulado sa third round.
Yung pagsalubong ni John Mark Tihok sa pasugod na si Aljum Pelesio has been the story of the second and the third rounds. We did not score them by a much, but we think that John Mark Tihok did enough in the last 2 to inch ahead in this battle.
Pero tama ko pa rin the difficulty in which to clearly score this. It will take some nuances. That's why we have judges in 3 positions here. Kung minsan at 1 position, it looks like 1 fighter is ahead. And then yung pala sa ibang perspective, iba ang pananaw ng judge. Glad you're with us. Round number 4. This is a semi-final battle. John Mark Tihok is the fighter in front of you right now. With his back towards you is Aljum Pelesio of the Luis Marte Ilorde boxing stable. Tihok is from Valencia sa Sipalay, Negros Occidental.
Jerry Peñalosa picking 10 flyweights and 10 bantamweights from all over the Philippines, from the best boxing stables all over the country, forming this outstanding series of fights. Nagtatanong yung mga kaibigan natin, bakit 10? Saan napunta yung dalawa? These are replacement fighters, just in case something happens
That's always on standby.
to fighters who advance. May injuries na nangyari, hindi sila pwedeng magpatuloy. Our substitutes are ready to take their place at any given point.
Pelesio beginning to be on attack mode. He went strong in that combination. Went to the side and then to the midsection. 1:35 remaining in the 4th. Both fighters trying to feel their way around each other, even if though they've gone already 3 rounds against each other.
John Mark Tihok slowing down here in the 4th round.
Medyo ito yung pacing round. Alam, maalam ka rin mag-sukat ng laban eh. Alam ko yung pag 12 rounds, yung 10, usually you have a takedown. This is not the sport that you went to in the United States, my friend. Sandali. Ayusin ni Vera Brace. Doon ka sa neutral.
Aljum Pelesio being more effective with his aggression.
And he's taking it strong. Talagang pinapagod niya. Medyo strategic din itong patulak-tulak na ito. We've seen this before.
Making things very uncomfortable for John Mark Tihok,
Pinapagod niya.
who on paper might be the more technically sound fighter. Pero kung hindi ka komportable when you're trying to evade, the head, yung mga pagsugod na ganyan mula kay Aljum Pelesio, that might just give him the edge.
Oh boy, in your career, you'll meet all kinds. You might as well get used to it early on. So boxing is not all brute strength and power. There's a ton of strategy involved as well.
At dito rin papasok yung experience factor in favor of Aljum Pelesio. He has seen more in the sport of boxing halos doble yung laban na niya. And let's see how
That might
this
come
matchup.
into,
Yep.
come into play as we proceed. Nag-iilonggo na sila. Duha ka round na lang ang natitira no dito sa laban na ito at ano take advantage of the opportunity. Sumbag. Sumbag. Sandali. Pero alam mo yung nanggugulang yung Pelesio Gulang ito. Hinihigaan, dinidiinan niya itong si Tihok. Mapagod ka. Ayan, lahat yan, bahagi ng boxing yan. Might not be the most entertaining, but it's part of the fight game.
Proven yan. Proven
man.
to be effective. Making your opponent carry your weight. Accidental headbutt. I think Aljun Pelesio was asking for more time from the referee. Ayaw kumagat ni referee Silvestre Abainsa. May pamumula doon sa corner ng mata
Ni
ni Aljun Pelesio, but I think it's a very small cut even if it's bleeding. Accidental headbutt.
we hear it all. But may a bit of a welt sa ilalim ng mata ni Pelesio. Let's see if we can see it here.
Yun. It happened there as our ringside physician is now working on it. It's a very small cut, so the fight will continue.
Usually matapang yung mga doktor, sana sabihin, mga doktor ng GAB. Si Dr. Bernes, ang madalas sabihin sa kung hindi sumisirit yan, basta makokontrol, we're good. Ito samantala sa tape getting undone sa glove ni Tihok. And we don't want that tape to get into the eye area, especially of the opponent. We go and fight on. Our remaining time is 1 minute and 56 here in the penultimate round.
If you are John Mark Tihok now, you have a target. Load up on that right hook na sakto tatama dun sa gilid ng mata kung saan merong cut. Itong si Aljun Pelesio.
Ubod ng gulo ng Pelesio. This should be interesting if he goes up against Sarcon. He used the same thing.
Leonard Sarcon already waiting. Ating huling laban in the bantamweight division of the Ultimate Boxing Series, Kamaong Pinoy.
Many of our fighters are behind us. Ganda ng kombinasyon ni Tihok. Tihok makes the punches that matter.
Yeah.
Those that get the nod of judges. Judges are trained not to react, but you know when it matters.
At yung kay Aljun Pelesio naman, saan papunta? Yung panggugulang mo, John Mark Tihok is not slowing down.
Not at all.
So will you still invest in trying to do those tactics? Or will you change it up and try to score punches, score clean blows against him?
Time might not be one of his friends here in this 5th round because we're down to just half a minute here. And you can tell that it's going to be explosive in the final round.
Referee Ver Abainsa being very, very patient, I believe, with Aljun Pelesio.
Sobra. Giving him, cutting him some slack. Big miss that time by Pelesio. Kapagod yun, Carlo, yung mga miss na ganyan,
And the repetitive clinches.
Gulangan na ito. 10 seconds and less. And we'll come down to the final round of the day in just a short while.
Pagising kasi yan as we head on to our highlights of round number 5. Clean blow there. Clean left coming from John Mark Tihok. And aside from his boxing, what has impressed me most is his composure, even at a young age. Itong si John Mark Tihok, hindi nagpapa-apekto dun sa panggugulang nitong si Aljun Pelesio.
Good point,
Staying
yes.
true to his boxing, even though he could not get himself really going offensively because of all the clinches. Pabalik lang siya ng pabalik kung ano yung inuutos sa kanya ng trainers niya.
Pero Baisa has been kept very busy in this fight. feeling his eyes, those clinches, which Palacio has done more of. And gagawin ni Palacio, he's a little desperate at this point.
He needs to drastically change the feel of this matchup. Might even need a knockdown. But again,
Hindi niya maabot eh.
yeah,
Diba? Hindi niya maabot eh.
depende talaga sa taste pa rin ng mga judges what the scoring might look like in this match.
Will they give it to him because he's been the aggressor? Do those punches? Kasi kung minsan, sa point of view natin, baka hindi talaga tumatama or tumatama yung mga suntok na yun. Respective lahat yan. Stop, sabi ni referee Abanisa. Now, if you're T-Hawk, you got to be smart. You got to stay aggressive as some tape comes undone. I don't know if Abanisa has seen it already.
Ayan, John Mark T-Hawk moving forward against Aljun Palacio. Trying to force the action this time.
A minute and 20 to go. He lets the fighters proceed. Big left hand, but not really a solid connection. I wonder why Palacio has slid from being an aggressive fighter to becoming just a brawler here. I don't think this has really worked for him. Yung keeping T-Hawk tied up, tying up if his intention was to tire out T-Hawk, he may have misjudged the strength and resilience of T-Hawk.
At yung naging problema din doon, it hurt his own offense. Hindi
Correct.
maka-opensa talaga. Hindi niya mapakita yung kanyang mga kombinasyon because after one or two punches, they clinch immediately.
In his earnest desire to cut down the size, the length of T-Hawk, he ended up becoming overly aggressive. He wanted to clinch. T-Hawk nailing Palacio with some very accurate shots here.
That's why adjustment coming from the corners is so important in boxing. Nakikita nila kayong dalawa eh.
We're done. Let's take in some action from the fight that just ended.
Clean punches landing for John Mark T-Hawk throughout this matchup. Investing with his jab and landing that lead right to the face of Aljun Palacio, who had his own moments. But you go back to the game plan. Was it the correct game plan? Let's see if it pays off with the judges in just a little bit as we wait for our official decision.
And after 6 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Greg Ortega sees it 58-56. Virgilio Garcia sees it 58-56. And Elmo Coloma sees it 59-55. For your winner, via unanimous decision, Aljun Palacio!
They gave it to Palacio. And I am not surprised simply because of the aggressiveness factor.
It was the work rate of Aljun Palacio that sided the judges to his favor. John Mark T-Hawk, good stylist, but Aljun Palacio got the nod because of his aggression in this matchup.
58-56 from Greg Ortega, 59-55 from Architect Elmo Coloma, Virgilio Garcia 58-56, unanimous decision. Mark Zambrano is at the top of the ring, all set to interview our winner.
Aljun, unang-una, congratulations. Alam mo, nung babalikan ko yung unang naging laban mo bago dito, nakita ko na malakas ka. Pero dito sa laban na to, ibang klaseng lakas yung nakita namin galing kay Aljun Palacio. Paano mo ginawa yung sa laban na to?
Medyo masakit nga yung kamay ko, yung makasuntok ng maayos pa.
Bakit masakit? Sobrang lakas.
Hindi ko alam. Sa training to.
Anong masasabi mo doon sa nakalaban mo si John Mark T-Hawk? Kasi ang dami kong nakitang solid na tama galing sa'yo na parang hindi naman niya iniinda pero solid.
Magaling siya mag-taste. Mag-taste.
Magaling mag-test.
Tsaka i-Floyd Mayweather baka tulad, di ba? Suntok hawak, ganun yung ginawa niya.
Nung kinakausap kita, alam ko, magaling kang kumanta, ang dami mong talento. Hindi kita papangantahin. Gusto niyo ba sumample? Hindi, joke lang. Hindi, gusto ko lang malaman kung kanino mo inaalay itong panalo na to, saka ano ang iaasahan namin sa susunod na laban mo.
Ayun pa rin, sa pamilya ko to. Para to sa pamilya ko, kung hindi ako mag-champion o hindi, uwi pa rin ako.
Kakanta ka, hindi? Congratulations, Aljun Pelesio!
Ayan mga kababayan, ng ating other semi-finalist winning by unanimous decision, si Aljun Pelesio ng Ilorde, Luis Marti Ilorde Boxing Stable ng Parañaque.
And that is our matchup.
Oh, nagkataon ano?
Leonard Sarcon of Davao del Sur kontra kay Aljun Pelesio of Misamis, and that should be fireworks sa ating pagtatapos. Jerry Peñalosa picked 10 of the best up-and-coming bantamweights to engage in the Ultimate Boxing Series, and now we're down to the best 2. At ito yung nangyari kung paano nagkatapat ang ating dalawang magiting na boksingero in our
Isa
first
natin
bantamweight fight.
si Leonard Sarcon. Ito interesting ito. It looked like Tamayo had the edge, but that's how boxing is so intriguing, Carlo.
Gawa ng paraan nitong si Leonard Sarcon to use his size advantage. He is a 5'8" bantamweight.
Naalog siya ng first round eh. Diba? So yung kala natin Tamayo had the decisive edge. But in the
We have
long run, ang
Leonard
ganda ng rally ng Sarcon.
And it was a split decision victory for Leonard Sarcon, 58 to 56 twice.
Close. Oo. And there was a 59-55
Now for
that
this
probably was
semifinal bout.
decisive. In the second semifinals, it was John Mark Tihouk of Negros Occidental up against Aljun Pelesio.
Veterano si Aljun Pelesio
Oo.
made things very uncomfortable for the young John Mark Tihouk.
Gulang ang ginamit eh, no? At saka yung mga punches niya,
Aljun
depende sa angle that you're in,
Pelesio!
di ba? So it makes a difference where you're seated, how many judges, there are 3 judges. And this is the final confirmation of the results of today's battles. Sarcon winning over Tamayo, Pelesio winning over Tihouk. So Sarcon against Pelesio should be, as you said, quite an interesting, engaging battle in the finals for the bantamweight division.
Stylistically, these two fighters are very different. Leonard Sarcon is the stylist, being the taller fighter. He would want to keep Aljun Pelesio at bay. Pero with what we saw with Pelesio, hindi siya titigil, kaka-atake to get the win.
Okay, in behalf of our entire hardworking ESPN5 boxing team, thank you for joining us for the semifinal round of the Ultimate Boxing Series, Kamaong Pinoy, and it is not yet done. We are still looking forward to the finals to eventually determine who the UBS champions will be. We'll see you then.
Harapin ang pagsubok. Di ako magagapos ng sulok.